for joining me to color. Today we are going to be working on this adorable Whimsy Stamps image called Shelley. Isn't she cute? Totally adorable. I will put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used. I would love for you to come shopping with me. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I have already stamped my image on Nina 80-pound Solar White cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So let's color. Let's start out by giving our girl a background. So for that, we're going to use BG 000, quadruple 0, and our colorless blender. And I'm going to start with my BG 000, and I'm going to start, well, let's just start right here. So I'm going to lay down my pen close to the girl, and then I'm just going to flick away from her all the way down to the water. And then I'm going to go back up. Let's go up this side. So let's go ahead and start right here. And you can go as far out as you want or keep them short strokes. I'm just kind of letting the pen and my arm decide how far out I'm going. And let's go up here to these little dots. Go around those. Okay, and then let's add a little bit of this color over here between our little turtle. So we've got our little turtle here. And then I'm going to do down in here. And then here's some little spot right here where her hair is. That. Okay, then I'm going to go completely around my whole girl with my BG quadruple 0. So I'm just going to start down here where I started next to the water, and I'm going to brush over the BG 000, and I'm going to flick out past that as far as you want. And we're going to go all the way around. I'm just going to go ahead and brush right over the top of those bubbles because later I'm going to color them green, or a lime green color. And I'll go up here. I'm going to go a little bit above her head there so it's not smack dab right on the top. And then we're going to go down here. Let's add some around our turtles, or our mermaid's fin. And then I'm going to fill in right here next to the turtle. And we're going to work our way back up to the top. And there's a little space right here that's background, so I'm going to color that in. At least I remembered it this time. And we'll go back up here to the top. I like to do my outlining first so that if I get some on my picture, I can't erase it. So then I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm going to swipe over the whole colored area in between here and clear out past into my white. And get that little spot there in between her hair before I forget about it. And we're going to go back down this side. And that will soften those lines together and smooth it out into the background. Let's work on her skin next. So for that, I'm going to use E11, 21, 00, 000, and for her cheeks, I'm only going to use R12. So I'm going to start with my E11, and let's do a little dab up here where her strap is. And then I'm going to put a little bit in between her little crease for her wrist. And let's go along the bottom of these fingers. And then I'm going to go down the back of her arm. And let's see, oh, we want to do the back of her arm over here on her back. Then I'm going to add E21. So we're just going to touch down on top of our E11, and I'm just going to add a little dab. I don't want to pull it out too far. And let's go down here and add a little bit to this thumb. And then her arm over here. And then we're going to add E00. And I'm just going to fill it all the way in. And we'll go up here and we will do her face and neck. So again, I'm going to grab my E11 first. And let's do a little dab underneath of her chin. And then I'm going to go a little bit there on her neck. And then I'm going to add E21. And then I'm going to fill it in with my E00. Then for her face, we're going to go E11. So let's go up here and do a little bit underneath of this little hair that's blowing in the breeze. And then down this side. And her ear's right there, so I'm going to color that a little bit. And I'm going to bring this down to her neck. I'm actually going to take this and flick it out just a little bit further. There at the side. Then we're going to add E21. So let's go right here. And flick this color out and away from that E11. And we're going to do the same thing up here on her bangs or her forehead. Then I'm going to add E00. And let's bring this color around to the bottom. Then I'm going to add E00. Or no, sorry, E000. Get my zeros right there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cheek color with my R11. So I didn't do anything fancy. I'm just going to give her a little circle here. And let's see, how about over here, a little bit to the side of her eye. Then I'm going to go back with my E00. And let's go from right here. Go over some of these lines that are back here in the back. And let's flick this around to the side. And then we want to go over the entire face with E000. And if you go over little eyes there, it's okay. Just use your colorless blender to straighten out that or erase the white dot there. Or you can also take your gel pen and paint them white afterwards. For her hair, let's use E18, 19, 17, 15, and 13. I'm going to start with my E18. And let's start with this little patch that's right underneath of her ear. So I'm going to go in here and color that in. Like so. And then let's go ahead, since it goes back here behind her outfit, I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit out away from that. And then we'll go up here to the top, and let's do a little bit coming away from this part. And I'm just going to work my way across. Then let's do a little bit coming away from these cute little beads she's got in her hair. Go around that one, it's kind of got a little bit of hair showing through. And got this one over here. Let's do a little bit coming away from this. And let's do a little dab coming from the other side of the beads. So down here and right here's a little bit of hair. So I'm going to go ahead and color that in. And let's do a little dab over here where her hair is pulled back away from her face there. Okay, and she's got this cute little piece that's blowing in the breeze. I'm going to color the end there. Okay, then let's switch over to this side. So for over here, let's do some that's coming away from her face. And work our way across over to the other side. And let's see here. Right here, it kind of dips underneath this hair. So I'm going to do a little bit right in here. That. And then let's do a little bit from these. And then it's coming out again over here. And right here. And a little bit right there. Okay, then let's hop up here and we'll do her part. So we're going to pull away from that part. And we're going to work our way to the back here. Then let's do some of these where they're going underneath. The other one, I'm going to give them just a little dab in those cracks. And let's see, how about this one? A little bit. And I'm going to go down and let's get this one here that's way down here swirling. All right, that looks pretty good so far. So let's grab E19 next, and we're just going to add some color on top of all of these. So let's start over here on the part again, and we'll go work our way to the other side. This one right here is curling down. Let's give that one just a little bit more. And then let's do this side. So she's got a little bit of hair showing right here. So let's give this a little dab of that red and then work our way up. And maybe a little bit on this curl right here. And let's add some up here at the top. And I try to go with the direction her hair is going. So it's kind of sloping over. And let's see, let's add some. And maybe a little bit on this little drop there, and that little curl. And I think I'll do a little bit on this one here. And how about the end of this one? Give that a little bit. All right, so now let's grab E17, and we just want to add some more color. So I'm going to start over here. Work our way around to the other side. I'm going to do a little bit up close to these little beads that are in her hair here. Got some white showing right there. I'm going to get rid of that. And then we'll go over here. And again, she's got a little bit of white up here close to her body, so I'm going to cover that up. And then let's add some color. And here's some white here next to her face. And let's do this one a little bit. There's a little dinky spot, so be careful there. And then let's go up here. Well, it's coming together. Now how about E15? So same thing, we just want to add some color. I'm just going to swoop right over the top of all of those. And we'll come over here and do this side. And then up here at the top. And then let's go a little bit from this side over here. Turn my girl so I can flick a little bit better. Okay, then I'm going to go with my E13, and I'm just going to color over the entire hair area. And that will fill in any of these little white specks that I have showing. If you like white streaks, go ahead and leave those on there. I can just never get that to look right, at least to me. We're always our own worst critics, I'm pretty sure. And I'll go down here. And let's do this top part. And I gotta get the little bit right down here on these curls. Okay, then I'm going to go back with my E18, and I'm just going to put some of that dark back in. So let's start right here where we started. And let's do a little bit up here by her part. And let's see. And I'll come over here on this side. Work our way up to her part at the top. And then let's add a little bit on this side of her part. And then for her part, I'm going to go right down the center of that. Give it a little bit more color in there. And then let's go off of that just a little bit more. Let's hop down here and do our rock. For that, I'm going to use W5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 00. And I'm going to start with my W5. And let's do a little bit of that underneath of her little fin here, or her tail body. Over the top of that thumb. I'm going to try not to color her hand. And then I'm going to get this line. Then we want to do some more over here underneath of her fin and her little fanny. Then let's see, here's a little crease, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I want to go over these little lines that we have already in the drawing. And here's a little wrinkle, so let's get that. And then where our turtle is sitting, we want to do him. And then I want to bring a little bit of that along the bottom where the water is. Okay, and how about a little bit right here? All right, then we're going to add W4. So I just want to go right over those lines and add just a little bit more. Go around our shells. And I'm going to go around my little turtle's foot there. And let's go around these fingers. Then I'm going to add W3. And I'm just going to add a little bit more color to our area. And I'm going to try not to color these dots because I'm going to color those a lighter green and I don't want to cover them up. let's add a little bit of our W2. Just working our way around that edge. And I'm going to go around this shell. Again, I'm being careful of those dots. I don't want to color those in, or my shell. And W1. I'm just going to smooth over most of my rock after I go around these dots. Don't want to color those. So let's go up here a little bit. Get some of those lines. Then I'm going to take my W0 and I'm just going to dot it around. So dot, 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 and it's lighter, so it's going to push some of that color away and give our rock some texture. And let's go over, I'm going to go over it a second time. So the longer you hold your pen down, the more ink is going to deposit on the paper. If you want small dots, do quick, fast dips. If you want bigger areas, hold your pen down on the rock just a little bit longer. And that'll give it just a little bit of bumps. For the shells, I'm going to use YR16 and YR20. So let's go down here, and I'm just going to use my YR16 to go down each line. And same for these. So we're going to do a line. And I'm going to go around up here. On these, I'm going to go around that center section. And then this one over here. And then I'm going to go over the shell with my YR20. We're just going to brush over the entire thing. And then I'm going to go with the second coat of my YR16. Oops, colored my rock. And then let's do a second coat of our YR20. And let's fix that little boo-boo with my rock. I'm going to take W5 and put a few little dots there. And let's do W00 to smooth those out. Let's hop over here and do our turtle. For his body, we're going to use YG 95, 93, and 91. I'm going to start with my YG 95. And let's do a little dab here next to his body, and then down the back of his leg. And then for his little foot, I'm going to give it a little bit extra. And same for this side. Let's go down the back of his leg, over the top of that crease, and then a little bit extra on his foot. And let's see, about right in here, and under his arm, and then his arm. That one, and let's see, how about right here, and then next to his shell. And then for his little head, let's go right along here, that. Then let's add YG93. So I'm going to color in his belly there. And then his head. And then YG91, I'm just going to go over the entire turtle. And then let's give him a little bit of cheek color with R11. So how about right here? And then over here on the end of his little smiley face. Right here. So for his little shell, we're going to use YG91, and then we're going to use, for the dots, we're going to use E18 and E13. So I'm going to start with my YG91, and I'm going to color in between the dots. Nothing too fancy. Then I'm going to grab my E18, and let's give this side of his shell here, or the bottom where it's touching his body, a little bit of color. And then we're going to do each of these dots. And then I'm going to fill that in with my E13. And let's do this one. And then his little side right here. So all these random dots I'm going to color with my YG21. Nothing too fancy. I'm just going to go right over the top. And then later I'm going to put some stickles, stardust on those to make them sparkle. And then she's got a few up here in her hair. For the water, I'm going to use BG11, 10, and then B000. I'm going to start with my BG11. Let's go right under all these lines, underneath of our rock. And then I'm going to add, yours is cut out in a circle, so it's going to come out here like this. So I'm just going to add a few random little slashes down here on the bottom. Then I'm going to add BG10. And again, I colored in the bottom of my circle all the way with this color. And then I went over it with my B000. And then I'm going to grab BG11 again. And let's do a little second coat of that along this rock here. And then maybe add a few down here. So for our mermaid fins and her outfit and her tail, we're going to use YG 25, 23, 21, and then BG 18, 13, 11, and our colorless blender. And I'm going to start back here on her fin with my YG 25. So I'm going to bring that just a little bit away from her body. And then we'll get this little fin. And then let's add a little dab to her tail. And then I'm going to add YG23. And we'll come back over here and add some to our fin. And then I'm going to go with YG21. And then her tail. And then let's see, let's grab YG13. And I'm going to do this little dip here. And then our BG11. And then for the fin, the end of her fin, I'm going to take my BG11 and flick away from the edge and up here onto my green. That. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing for our fins. Then for her our little outfit here, her body part, let's do BG18. I'm going to do back here in the back first. So let's go behind her arm. Over here. I'm going to bring it out just a little bit more. And then I'm going to add BG13. And then our BG11. And then the front. Let's grab BG18 again. And let's do right next to this rock and underneath here. And I want to go up to her arm. Try not to color her arm. And then we're going to bring this color right down next to her arm here. That. And she's got a little bit of a crease right here, so I'm going to go ahead and color that in with my dark. And then for this, let's bring this out just a little bit more. Then we're going to add BG13. And then BG11. let's see, let's do YG21. And I think I'll do a little dab of my YG23. And let's grab YG21 again. And how about BG13? And our BG11. So there is our beautiful Shelley all colored up. Didn't she turn out cute? Love her. And then again, here's my finished card. So on my finished card, I have, the only thing popped up is this little sentiment. And this little sentiment is from the CC Designs Pool Party stamp set. I'm going to stamp this one sentiment for the kit. If you would like to pick this stamp set up, you can get that in the store. It's not included in the kit. And then I did my Spica clear glitter pin in her hair. And then I added my Stickle Stardust to all these little random dots. And then I took my Wink of Stella brush pen and I brushed it over the top of her outfit. And then I did it on top of these little pieces of seaweed right here. And then everything is hooked down at the bottom, and all the tops of these things are floating free. And some are tucked. This big fat one here is tucked behind this green section, or this mat with the little scallops on there. So I hope you had fun coloring with me today. If you have a question, make sure and leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day and we'll see you next time. Bye.